welcome to Happy Home Therapy on Zandas TV. And I am Merema, aka Emotional Healer. And on today's show, we have some beautiful guests in the house. A couple in the house, very beautiful, and you may need to see their faces. And then we'll have our state coordinator, Happy Home State Coordinator in the house also. And I know you can't wait to see the couple we have in the house. They're very, very beautiful. Mr. and Mrs. Uzordinma. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. My pleasure.
And then
Thank you.
our state coordinator by name, GoldaC. Hi. You're welcome.
Yeah,
Good to have you in the house.
it's a pleasure.
And on today's show, we're going to be talking about courtship. So the beautiful couple in the house, they're going to talk to us. They're going to share their experiences with us. So, Mr. and Mrs. Akanono, I don't even pronounce that very well.
Yeah, you got that right.
Okay. You guys courted way before you got married, right?
Of course.
Okay. We want to know what the experience was like.
Okay. Experience.
Yeah.
Anyways, courtship is actually very necessary, especially before marriage.
Yeah.
And so it was necessary that we courted because okay. Since you talked about experience, let's just share a couple of stories. I met her 2011. That's my wife, and then we eventually got married in 2013. So that means there's a process between 2011 and 2013. So for 2 years we were courting.
Okay.
Yeah. So but I met her and we became friends first.
Okay.
Was it friends? We were friends first.
No, it was more like a boss.
Okay, yes.
Subordinate relationship.
Yes, okay. So she was looking for a job in Hot FM, and then I was one of the producers in Hot FM.
Okay.
So during the process of it was sort of like a reality show stuff, right? So I was a producer for the show,
Okay.
and then she was one of the contestants.
Okay.
So I was listening to, as a producer for the show, I was
Yeah.
listening to everybody talk, do their presentation and all that. And then I heard her. And I said, okay. And you say, wow, like, so I heard her and then I felt, okay, she actually has the qualities we're looking for. We came all the way from Abuja, so we needed to get people within the home front who are good. So she had the qualities we were looking for. And then on the day I took particular interest in her was the day she was about to be evicted. Because she didn't make it through to the finals. And then I felt, okay, maybe something should have been done.
Yeah.
Because I knew what we were looking for and I knew what we wanted, especially for a station as Hot FM. So I spoke to my boss. I said, okay, is there a way we can look for a way to fix her up and all that after that? But eventually she got evicted finally. So just the way you were interviewing me now, that was exactly how I interviewed her.
Sure.
So and I told her, okay, no problem. Now that you're evicted doesn't mean it's the end of the road.
Yeah.
Okay, so we could actually put up something and then we could start from there. So what we did was after the whole show, she didn't get the job, of course, but we now had to pass her through training.
Okay.
So I took that as a responsibility. I didn't have anything in mind, so
You're just talking as a friend.
You just loved the voice.
I just loved her voice.
Okay.
I'm as a producer, I'm a sucker for voices.
Okay.
Yeah, I love voices. I love
So you got
voices.
attracted to her.
So I got attracted to her voice, yes. And then I also got attracted to the fact that I felt she had a little bit of experience on radio. So I needed to try her out, and I didn't want, but because for some of the people that passed through the reality show, as soon as they got evicted, they left.
Okay.
So I didn't want that for her. I wanted her to be around, because I figured somehow someday she could get something on the show. So what we now did was I started the vocal training for her, And then we started a little bit of presentation training, and then she was going on air with me once in a while.
Okay.
And well, then the magic happened. Of course, things like this happen when when the relationship starts getting closer and closer and all that. So, and I think it was on her birthday, on the 12th of September 2011.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember dates like that. So, that was when, I was producing the show, and then she was around, and we got talking and all that. I saw her as somebody that we could go beyond.
Yeah, I've got a talent. Yeah.
Yes, we could go beyond just the normal professional stuff. So I asked her.
Oh, and she said yes.
Well, ladies don't say yes like that. So I mean, if she had said yes, then, but me, I'm a go-getter.
Yeah.
When when I know what I want, I really go for it. I don't care. While I was in school, most of the girls I actually asked out. If they tell me no, that gives me the confidence to go, to still go for them and all that. So so I had that attitude. And even if she didn't say yes, she didn't say no too. So I felt okay, but it's time to spark up something. But the thing is, when I was coming from Abuja, one of the things I told myself was, if I see the girl I really want to marry, I will know.
Yeah.
I will know. So there was a knowing within, yes. So there was a conviction, there was a knowing within me that she was the one. You understand? So basically, that's the story about them. But with time, I got to know her, and then we started courting. Now, I didn't want, as a Christian, I didn't want to have the normal kind of relationship that everybody had, because I understood that there's a difference between courting and the normal term that we use, dating, like dating now. So there's a big difference for that. I mean, I feel when you're courting somebody, you have a target, and the target is to marry. So that's what I wanted. Okay. So I didn't want anything to come in between the relationship. I didn't want a dent. I didn't want all that and all that. So, but eventually, yes. So there were processes we had to go through, and then I took the bull by the horn. I actually went to see her dad myself. I didn't.
And she said yes to.
Yeah, after a while, after we now decided, okay, we're going to get married. So I decided to go see her dad myself. I didn't want to wait for her to say, okay, let's plan and go see. Yes, when I come to see my soul. Her dad was in Enugu, and then he used to work at the airport. So I went to Enugu and I called her. And I told her, okay.
She wasn't aware you were.
No, she wasn't.
Wow.
So I told her, okay, I actually want to see your dad.
Wow.
Probably just tell him that I'm coming. You understand? And then it was, I met him, saw him. I told him this, but she had already explained, so I didn't really need to do much explanation, and all that. So,
So when he told you he wasn't able to see your dad, how did you feel? Like you weren't expecting it?
I was like, oh my God, you're going to see an army, a military man.
But she said her dad would be tough, and ex-girlfriend soldier, and all that. But man, I don't
You actually went for what you wanted. So based on your experience, is courtship wrong or right? What will you advise? Like, what do you think? Is it wrong or right?
Courtship is right. Let me explain before. Let me backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
There's a misconception about courtship and then dating. In my own opinion, I'm let me put it this way. I like to sound old school. I'm from the old school. I believe the old school is the good school. So I like to sound old school a bit. I don't really believe so much in dating.
Okay.
You understand? Because dating actually doesn't really exist. We just make it up. You understand? We just make it up. That's my own belief. People can actually have a different opinion, but that's what I feel. Now, dating, just like we're having this conversation, we're having a date.
Yes.
That's what I feel. I could have an appointment with somebody. I have a date with that person. You understand? I mean, it mustn't be like a relationship going out and going, that we now call it dating. You know, so I can date, if I have a daughter now, I'm going to start dating my daughter, take her out, sit down. I also did my son, yes, I also did my son, even the way we are now. I take him out, we sit down, we gist, we talk about stuff and all that. So, so that's the thing. But when it comes to courtship has an aim.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
You understand? Marriage is the target.
Yes.
You understand? So, so courtship is deliberate. Courtship is deliberate. Courtship is something we set in motion. We don't just say, "Oh, okay, am I going to marry you?"
Yeah.
So because most people make that kind of mistakes when people start having relationships, a guy and a girl. One or two times, I hear the girl say, "This guy has broken my heart. He promised me marriage. He didn't marry me." And probably the guy didn't say anything. You understand? But when it comes to courtship, it's deliberate. The guy actually says it. So courtship begins from engagement.
Yeah. There's a map, there's a plan.
You understand? So so as soon as you are engaged, not even when you ask her out, as soon as you are engaged, you begin courtship. And then courtship has everybody involved. Courtship has your family involved. Courtship has her family involved. Courtship has your church. People know. It's not something you hide. There's an open something. It's not something. Courtship is deliberate. The guy actually says it. So courtship begins from engagement.
Yeah. There's a map, there's a plan.
You understand? So as soon as you are engaged, not even when you ask her out, as soon as you are engaged, you begin courtship. And then courtship has everybody involved. Courtship has your family involved. Courtship has her family involved. Courtship has your church. People know. It's not something you hide. There's an open something. It's not something you hide anymore. But when it comes to all this whole dating kind of thing, people hide from it. People don't tell their parents. People don't, that kind of thing. But when it comes to courtship, because it's deliberate, because your target is marriage, then you make it open.
Okay. So during your courtship days, did you two went for, was there any kind of marriage counseling? What was your preparation?
Of course
like?
we did. Yeah, we did. I don't know, like I'm talking too much.
Oh well.
But I'm the guy that tells the story most times. My wife just comes in with tips and all. So we understand ourselves. Yes, there was marriage counseling.
Okay.
But first of all, I had to introduce her to my pastor.
Okay.
But before I introduced her to my pastor, I told my pastor first. At that point in time, I felt she wasn't really ready.
Okay.
So I told my pastor and then introduced her to my pastor 1 year after.
Wow.
Yeah, because...
you wanted to give her that time.
Yeah, I wanted to give her that time, and I wanted to give us that time as well. I wanted to be sure that we were ready.
Good, yeah.
You understand? So, but eventually when I told my pastor, that was also when I was ready, and I took her to my village with my dad. And fortunately, my dad's mom's name was Berry too. So,
wow.
But I didn't remember.
Yeah.
So it was when my dad was dropping us off, and he now said, "Did Uzo tell you that my mom's name is Berry?" And I'm like, "Oh,
wow.
I actually didn't remember." So so it was like I was bringing his mom back home. So he felt that way. He was so excited.
Wow.
I really loved her. So there was marriage counseling after I introduced her to my pastor, and then we were ready.
Okay.
We actually fixed a date.
Okay.
When we were going to get married and all that. Then we started marriage class.
Okay. So what do you think that people should avoid while courting? Like the things you experience while courting, and you wouldn't want any other person to experience those things?
When you say experience, one of the things that you should avoid while courting is sex.
Okay.
True. That's the main thing. When it comes to courting like this, people make a lot of sexual mistakes. A lot of sexual mistakes. Number one, sex before marriage is even bad. You understand? So we need to tell people, they need to know. Like I said, I come from the old school, so I believe in all these things. Sex before marriage is bad.
Okay.
It sets a wrong foundation for your marriage.
Yeah.
You understand? It sets a wrong foundation for your marriage. So avoid sex before marriage.
Okay.
And I don't know if you have some other things to add.
Okay. Don't mind us, you understand each other.
Yeah.
He talks a lot and I just listen all day long. Okay, he's talked about sex. Another is not allowing your emotions to control you.
Sure, yeah.
A lot of times we get into a relationship and we're being led by emotions instead of, opening your eyes to really, courtship is that period where you not,
You get to learn about each other.
yes, you don't get to experiment.
Okay.
You don't say, I want to experiment. You get to explore.
Okay.
So what this means, like, it's not like you're adding this chemical and this chemical together to see what the good result.
Yeah.
You explore. This person is unique. You are unique in another. What is it about this person that, can match with you? And what is it you cannot deal with? But you're willing to see it change, or you're not even going to give it attention at all, and you want to back out. It's very important. But, the guys are logical.
Yeah.
While
Women are emotional.
Emotional part. So a lot of times, it overrides us.
Well, the good thing is
he's nice, he's kind, he's,
you want to allow that to start getting into
You don't know that this guy can get, highly emotional to the point, he starts beating you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So most times when, like he said, sex has a lot to do with, tying the both parties.
It's called
together.
soul tie. Actually,
Soul tie.
it ties the both of you. So you stop thinking with your head. You start
And
thinking with your heart.
So when that happens, even when someone is telling you,
Leave
this guy. You won't see it.
They've been covered and
You will see it. You will see it.
The spiritual aspect of it.
Yes, there are lots of that one. Don't
yeah.
let us
So
forget.
in courting, you don't experiment, right?
No, you don't experiment.
Okay, you say something about sex. Now, what about in a situation whereby some people have tried that during the courtship, there is no sex, and then getting into the marriage, you now realize that the person, either the man or the woman, cannot be able to satisfy your sexual urge. Like in that case, like
in marriage, in marriage, there are counseling for that.
Yeah.
There are counseling for that, and there are. If you guys are very open to yourselves, you talk about sex. You talk about this is what I like, this is what I don't like. There are books about sex, good books that you can read. That talks about sex. But
let's say practical is usually.
No, that's it. Let me tell you the truth. Experience is not the best teacher.
Oh wow! Yeah. Why?
Instruction.
Experiences to know.
No, experience is not the best teacher. Instruction is the best teacher. You understand? I'd better obey instructions and don't fall for the wrong things than experience it and fall. You understand? And I can tell lots of stories. I can tell lots of things that happened. When I was on radio, I told a lot of stories. I was known as a storyteller, so I told a lot of stories. So and I've seen, and these are true life stories. These are things that have happened to people, especially in their relationships. So there's some things that if we go really into, man, this conversation might last.
I bet to come from this angle, yeah.
Okay.
Talking about sex. I've had people over time when I had shows. I've had people say, "Oh, I didn't know he has a small PP."
Yeah.
And then I got in and I realized, oh my God, I can't deal with this. One thing I tell everybody is, I am, a sociable person, but I am born again to the core. So whatever is wrong with or in my marriage, instead of, raking about it, yelling about it, getting depressed over it, or trying to get people involved, I go on my knees and talk to God.
Okay.
Because the ladder is God is the head of the man is the head of the woman, and then both of them over their children. So, if I have any problem, I go to him and say, hey, this is what the challenge is.
Even in sexual matters.
Yes.
Even in sexual matters. Let me even shock you.
He talked about the communication part, like talk to each other. It's good to say, honey, this is where to talk to you, and I feel better. This is how to, you that conversation must be there. Yes. But when you think you're having a major issue, you can go and test outside now. No. You guys are only going to try something else.
True.
But let me even shock you. Let me even say this thing. What really satisfies sexually in marriage are not your sexual organs. They are not your sexual organs. Your sexual organs do not satisfy you. People can have big organs
Yeah.
and all that. The
And
ones
yeah,
with the
know how to
smaller ones
use it, yeah.
satisfy more. You know, so it's not your story. I mean, it's what you know. It's what you know. You understand? And in marriage, is allowed to
Yes,
know.
that, yeah.
You understand? So you talk about it. You know how. You know, you're looking at me.
All right, we'll go on a short break.
All right.
We'll be back very soon. Okay, welcome back on Happy Home Therapy on GoldaC TV, and we still have our couple in the house and our state coordinator in the house. And then back to our question, I was loving that sex talk a lot, but because of our time, let's say maybe next time we're going to talk very deep into it. Now, how long should a good Christian courtship last? Is there a
Well,
time?
there's nothing like Christian courtship. But
Okay.
let's say, how long does
Courtship,
courtship
a
last?
good
Yeah,
courtship last.
Let's say courtship. Courtship should last between let's say between 6 months
Okay,
to 2 years. 2 years max.
Max.
2 years is even too much.
too much.
You know, 2 years is too much. But I use 2 years for so everybody can be
Yeah.
involved. You know, sometimes when you start courting a girl, like I said earlier, courtship starts after engagement.
Yeah.
So imagine a girl being engaged for 2 years.
2 years.
People start talking.
Yeah,
You know, people start saying, this guy is
Yeah.
no longer
so
interested.
experimental.
You understand? And then there's something about that, other guys don't come anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so you put a tag on the girl, and then she's now confused. She doesn't even know, so with that, but it shouldn't be.
I want to say something.
Okay.
You know, with that, I have a reservation.
Yeah.
I will not wear your ring after saying, "Will you marry me?"
Okay.
until the wedding day. You put it in my hand and put the other one.
Why?
Anything can happen
Okay.
between
The two of
engagement, courtship, and
you.
marriage.
Right. Yeah, I think you're right.
What happens when you keep tagging yourself with that ring?
Yeah.
And then,
Exactly.
I've seen a lot of people go on social media and go,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day,
Yeah.
and you lose 1, 2, 3 guys because they think, oh,
Yeah.
she's taken.
Mm.
You're tagged.
Yeah,
So
it's-
yes, it's giving you that ring. Okay, no problem.
But
It's
you
a
want
yes.
my ring though.
As we grow, we
Yeah.
get better, we
Yeah.
learn better. You know, the girls
Yeah.
that are under me right now, okay, good, no wahala, but keep this thing.
Okay.
So it will make him hustle the more.
Yeah.
Then I need to get discounted.
That's very good. Yeah, to avoid wasting your time.
Yeah,
and
wasting your
yeah,
time.
so what kind of thing.
Yes, yes.
Because sometimes in courtship there are some things you also see and you will no longer be interested
Yeah,
to
I
you.
was going
Yeah.
to say that much later. Whenever you see in courtship,
Yeah.
will magnify. I don't know how many times
Yeah.
in marriage.
10 times.
Yeah.
My husband
Oh,
said something.
wow.
This is a funny part.
Yeah.
My husband said something.
Say it.
He said, babe, I've never seen you hurt your fat.
Wow.
I never did. I
Yes.
never did in courtship. When we were courting, I never did.
True that. That,
But
that was me.
but I
just
told her
being-
why, and I told her, I said, if I don't hear you for that means you keep a lot of
You keep a
secrets.
lot of secret. That means you can kill. I'm like, oh my God. That's not we
But how were you able to do that? Is it just you or?
Yes, I worked in Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport
Okay.
with guests and all that. So
Yeah.
it was all of a
You worked in
corporate
the
zone.
VIP lounge.
Yes,
So,
it was a corporate zone.
so it was like
Yes,
a corporate
ma'am.
training.
Can I help you? Yes, please. Excuse me. I'm sorry. And you don't fight in
Yeah.
front of people.
Hmm.
You just excuse yourself, go do your thing, and then come back. So that was how,
Yeah.
Come on,
you couldn't
proper,
do
you know
with
what
it.
I'm saying?
You went to the dates.
No, I changed so
And I regretted ever saying that.
So that's very funny. Like, so how do you now handle it? Like, realizing that she changed. How are you able to cope with that?
Oh man, like I said, it's
Yeah.
like it's times 10 now.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
so anything you see and you don't control in courtship, don't worry, when you
Yeah.
get into marriage, it amplifies 10 times. You know, so but when you get into marriage, it's different. It's a whole different
Yeah.
thing. It's there's understanding, there's tolerance.
Yeah.
You understand? There's love.
Patient.
there's patience. When we talk about love, most times I tell people, you actually love your wife in marriage, but most times love doesn't keep you. There are other things you add to it. You understand? So, it's been a wonderful ride. It's 6 years now.
Wow.
It's wonderful.
Wow. So what is your advice to the upcoming couples? Like, what do you advise them to do? Courtship?
Babe, advise them first.
Okay, first off, girl, know who you are, know yourself, know your worth. If you don't know your worth, you feel like everything that comes in trousers feels like it. Know what you want for your life. I call it self-discovery. And you can only do that if you know God. If you don't know Him, you cannot truly know yourself and the potential that lies within you. What you can. So after that, whoever is coming, you are able to match it with where you're going to. Your vision for life, your purpose for life. Is this guy heading the same direction? Or is he heading somewhere else? Define that. And then he might not. When I got married to my husband, he didn't have when the staff quarters.
Man, we were staying in
and it was like
we're staying in the dining room.
Dining table.
Not dining room. Of course, the typical Imo State houses. It's the dining room. So it's small. If the parlor is small, you imagine how the dining room is.
And so you walk in this way. But when we got married, that was what we packed into. What did I see? I saw potential. I saw somebody that loved God. I saw somebody that's going somewhere tomorrow. So a lot of people look at us
and the man that believed in you also,
believed in me so much, even more than I believed in myself.
Wow. You have that. So what our stakeholder, GoldaC, do you have anything to say to the upcoming couples?
The only thing I have to say is that I've just been having my fun, watching the couple, seeing the chemistry that is flowing, from me to her, and I love the understanding. And for you, young men and women into relationship, into courtship, I hope you've picked up one or two things from what they have said, and remember that what we do here on Happy Home Therapy is all about teaching you how to be the best of whatever you do, whoever you are, especially when you are in a relationship, be it marriage, be it courtship. We try to guide you, we try to make you, know what you are doing along the way, so tomorrow you don't go crying or regretting. So it's been a pleasure, Mr. and Mrs. Akalonu, and I'm so happy and pleased that you people, accepted our invitation to be here. I hope that when we call you next time, you would.
Oh, but we would like to continue this.
So that
we didn't finish.
So like we were saying, in courtship, anything you don't like, anything you can't manage, there's nothing like I will change him after, I will change her after. If you have that hope, I will change him after, it will double after marriage.
It will magnify 10 times.
10 times after marriage. If there is no commitment, if there is no honor, if there is no respect, if there is no understanding, if there is no plan and future in that courtship, there's no need for you to. So it's not worth taking to the altar. So when you end up with the wrong person, trust me, the devil will stop following you because he has settled you. You understand? So you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful you don't have to start considering the number of years you guys have spent together. If he has it, because some girls, what they look at for is a man with a big dick and all that, a man that satisfies them in bed and all that, a man that has money. Those things doesn't make money. Those things can pass away tomorrow. So don't go looking at the number of years, what he can give you and all that. So please, it's very good you look at for who you want to settle down with. Don't just settle down with anything because you want to settle down. Thank you very much, and it was a pleasure having the two of you.
Same here.
Very
I'm
much.
like giving you a hug.
Oh,
It's really official.
So thank you very much. See you on our next show.
Bye.
Bye.